What is up, guys? Just wanted to do this video because got some time to kill. Pretty much waiting to take my test, my real estate sales exam test. Figure I stop at Dunkin'. It's not my preferred place to go, but it's in the area. So with that being said, guys, this will be my third time taking the test. The first time I took the exam, I was 10 questions away from passing. The second time I took it, I was 12 questions away from passing. In case you don't know, you can find out, even though it's a pass or fail thing, it doesn't tell you the score. There's a way to find out how far or how many questions you got wrong. You just have to contact the New York State Department. You have to send them an email, fill out a form, and then they get back to you. I don't know the name of the form off the top of my head, but there is a way to find out. And then, I don't really understand the process, but then you can go and see what questions you got wrong. You have to schedule a day to go. They allow you to look at the exam, but you can't take notes, you can't do anything. This is my third time taking it, and the only thing I did differently was I took the course through a program called Agent. I took my 77-hour course through them, and I'm just gonna be fully, upfront with my experience with them. It was cool, the app was cool, but when it came time to take the test, I took nothing but practice exams to the point that I memorized every freaking answer on the practice exam. And pretty much when I got to the test, I want to say like only 20% of the practice test questions were on the real estate exam, and I wasn't really happy with the outcome. But anywho, so I took a different route. Once I saw that I was like 10 away from passing, 12 away from passing, I was like, I need to try something different. So I went online on Amazon and I looked up this booklet. I'm gonna put it in right here. And I feel much more confident because of the fact that I started taking other practice exams, online random ones, and went on YouTube. Now, only thing I wanted to share, guys, in life, there's always gonna things that come up, all right? My goal was to pass the exam. I was at a job that, well, my story is kind of different. When I got out of grad school, I come from a musical background. I was a recording engineer. I thought I was gonna make a career out of that, but it was just a passion of mine. It's not, something that I really thought through. But anywho, I got out of grad school, and the first thing that I did was buy a rental property. And the real reason I did that, all honest truth, was because of my mother. My mother was first generation to buy a multifamily, and she told me, when you move out this house, you will move once you buy your house. You're not leaving this house until you buy a house. With that being said, I bought my first multifamily home back in 2012 and spent the next 7 years renovating it. It was run down. I bought it for cheap. I bought it for like $280. It was a 3-family house plus a basement. I renovated apartment by apartment, but it was a learning experience. With that being said, I spent 7 years renovating it, made a great profit. I sold it, bought another one. But it wasn't until I sold that house that I learned that I should be doing it myself. Pretty much saying that the realtor that I had, he was going through a wedding process, and pretty much I paid this dude $40,000 so he can be out in India on his wedding, and I sold the house myself pretty much, but just with his license. With that, to be honest, like, he wasn't even there. I was showing the house majority of the time, and I paid this guy $40,000 for nothing. So it wasn't until then I was like, I gotta be doing it myself. How can I keep that money for myself? And then on top of that, my accountant was like, listen, you paid a lot of money in capital gains. I did the whole 1031 exchange, but I touched some of the money to pay off some debt. And it wasn't until then, he was like, if you're a realtor, you get your license, there's a lot of tax benefits. You wouldn't be paying so and so much in taxes. So A, it was me paying my realtor to do nothing. I paid him 40 grand. B, the tax benefits. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take this exam. And I don't know why I never thought about getting this done. I didn't want to look at it as a career. And I was like, you know what? After this, I'm gonna do this. So took the 77-hour course. Took me like a good 6 weeks. This is with me having a 9-to-5 job. Now, with that being said, I was at a 9-to-5 job that I was not happy at. It wasn't my ideal job to be at, and probably what a lot of you guys are dealing with. You guys are working somewhere you're not happy at. You feel like you're undervalued, you're underpaid, overworked. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this real estate license one way or another. I left that job, but I got a remote job, thank God. And I was like, you know, once I get this remote job, it's not where I want to be, but it's better where I'm at, right? I'm gonna use this remote job as a stepping stone. And what I mean by that, I was spending 2 hours a day commuting to work. Now, when you add that up, 2 hours a day times 5, that's 10 hours. 10 hours a week times 4, that's 40 hours. You're talking about an extra week of pay that you're not even seeing, right? So I'm gonna use that time to pass my real estate exam, which I did. I got my remote job, and I used that extra time to study my real estate exam. And I did the 77 hours in 6 weeks. And that was me like cramming through, waking up early in the morning, pretty much, you know, after work, and I was exhausted. But then I took the exam and I was getting discouraged because I didn't pass. So with that being said, guys, in life, things are gonna happen. You know, I set a goal, I was like, I'm gonna pass this exam in 2 to 3 months. And I didn't pass it the first 2 times. And I was really about to just say, you know, forget this. I'm not gonna do this shit. But I was like, no, I'm gonna pass this. And then on top of that, me scheduling this test, I don't know if you can hear a little lisp, I got a toothache. And I had a procedure done yesterday. And I was pretty much gonna just cancel this test and just postpone it for another 2 weeks. But I was like, you know what? I could still write, you know, I could still read. It's not preventing me from taking this test. I was like, forget this. So I'm still here, toothache and all medications, and I'm gonna pass this motherfucking test. So I'm gonna keep you guys updated with how well I do or the outcome. So stay tuned, and just want to share this journey with y'all. Hope this motivates you guys in some sort of way. But if you're going through it and you're going through your 77 hour and you feel like it's not for you or you want to give up, I'm telling you, just keep at it, keep going, don't stop. And I'm gonna pass this test. So stay tuned, y'all. Bless, and keep y'all posted.